So if you've been keeping up, then you know that I was deep in a prison relationship with a man named Raymond LaFountain. Yes, a man. And this is the part where everything starts to really unravel. So we've been together about 8 months, which in prison, especially during this time in prison, because it was COVID, is an extremely long time. Like basically a real deal marriage, okay? We were on lockdown 24/7 together for months. Okay, and he would talk about his past, and he always like made it super weird. Like he always alluded to a lot of different things. Like he made it sound like he had committed murders for the mob, and like he was a big time drug dealer, and like just so much stuff. Okay, and I remember this one time he had a story about something that happened for like the last time that he was in prison, but he also had at the same time told me a totally different story, so it was very confusing. But he had mentioned that he had been in a very bad motorcycle accident and was bedridden, and he was like trapped in his apartment in like a Mercy, like Stephen King Mercy style situation where he could not get out of bed. He was drugged up and like was completely out of it and had no idea what was going on in his home. Okay, and that matters later on. Okay, but at the time I just like wasn't putting it together. I didn't understand what he was saying to me. Okay, because he always spoke very much in code and like very vague. So fast forward, our relationship has gotten super messy. Like all the inmates are watching, all the officers are watching. We've gotten in trouble a couple different times, and I get shipped. So I get sent to a whole new prison because of him. Okay, and I'm gonna do a whole separate video on that. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about right now. So I'm at this new prison, and I am on the phone with my friend, and I'm telling her all the tea, and I'm like catching her up on everything. And I'm telling her about Raymond, I'm telling her about the Klinefelter syndrome and everything. So she's Googling Klinefelter syndrome, and then she starts Googling Raymond. And then all of a sudden the phone goes quiet. And she's like, oh my God, Virginia. And I'm like, what is happening? So she's like, I'm gonna read this article to you real quick. And I hope you're sitting down. And I was sitting down. So I was like, okay, go ahead. So she starts reading this article to me, and y'all, well, I was so disgusted, flabbergasted. I felt so bamboozled by this man, like more than I ever had before. It was so foul, so sick. It changed everything for me, okay? So I'm gonna tell you what the article said and in the next part, but just know that I was shook.